I live in a basement. And as you can see from my backdrop, my background, it's pretty basement y. Um, I've been living in a basement since, let me do my math right here. We're in June 2023. I would say since October of 2022. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Shit, 8 months. Shit. 8 months, Sasha? Really? Also, I'm recording this on my computer camera, so it adds to the quality of my life right now. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. 8 months? Because I came in August. I came in August for a wedding shoot. September. Maybe like October, November. Let me ask TJ. Since like October, November. So about like let's just say over 6 months. The point that I'm making. It's been over 6 months that I've been living in a basement. We're in June of 2023. It's been since October, November 2022. So let's say, even if it's just November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 7 months. So I've been living in the basement for 7 months. And now, I haven't lived in a basement my whole life. I've lived in many different places. But for the last 7 months, I've been living in a basement. And it has put certain things into perspective. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a few amenities that there are down here. There's like a little studio, a little backdrop if I want to take some photos or videos, which I have. There's a treadmill. There's a total gym. There's a bike machine. There's laundry, washer, dryer, and a deep freezer if I ever need to freeze something. And I got a bed. My bed's right here. Boop, boop, boop. I have really no place to put my clothes except for the bag, the luggage that I came with, or I should say brought, because I've had a couple trips back and forth from New York City and back, like maybe a couple, 2 to 3, in the last 7 months. I'm originally from New York City in the Bronx, so I do a couple trips to see my family. Yeah. Why am I making this video? Because I'm documenting my life. Because to me, there was something really enjoyable about documenting your life, if not through, the written word, audio, or through video. I've done through the written word. I've done a lot of journaling. But the medium that I always seem to come back to time and time and time again over the many, many years that I've lived is video. I've even done voice recordings. I've done all the mediums, audio, written, and video. But the one that I go to often that is very cathartic for me and very easy for me to do and I enjoy most is video. And I've gone through different phases of my life, and I'm just in another phase of my life. And at this point, I really want to take this documentation and publishing of that documentation more intently. I want to be more intentional about that and purposeful about it, because I have years worth of content maybe not years worth of content. I meant to say, like, I have content that shows years of my life. And I find that when I'm really intentional about the documentation of my life, um, that aids in the productivity of it. So yeah, I just want to document my life because of one, I enjoy it, and two, I have always found that I personally enjoy seeing other people's documentation. I think it's very fascinating. I think it's a very fascinating thing to do, to want to do, to enjoy to do. Perhaps it's to do with the ego, more than likely. But the point is that I enjoy it, no matter what has happened in my life. It's just something that I have always done, and now I'm being intentional about letting other people in a way that I never have. I'm a pretty private person. Actually, I didn't think I was. I didn't think I was because I'm very open. But I've learned that just because you're an open person that speaks their mind doesn't mean that you're lacking in privacy. It took me a while to differentiate between the two. You can be an openly private person, and I have found that I am that. People people feel as if they know me, and they do what I'm showing them. However, not everyone is in every space, in every room, in every place, in every conversation that I'm in, so they don't see everything, they don't hear everything, they don't know everything, unless I decide to share it with them. And sometimes I'm very candid and even more open, where I throw privacy out the window, but I choose to do that. It's up to my discretion. But yeah, but this channel, if you can see by the banner that I currently have, it's about the entrepreneurial journey, documenting it, and sharing insights and tips on what I'm learning and what I'm experiencing. I love it when other people do that. I learn in that way. That's one of the many ways in which I learn. And I find that in my non-digital life, when I do that, have those types of conversations with other people where I'm sharing with them my insights and tips and whatever, they seem to get a lot out of it. And I mean, I value my own personal thoughts and opinions and my own insights. And I find that the other people I speak to in my life also. So I said, okay, I've been doing it on a micro level, one-on-one conversations, maybe, a group of 3 people, but usually it's one-on-one conversations that I normally have. But I'm like, why not put it on a global platform? The internet. I've already been on the internet for many, many years. But this is going to be a more behind the scenes, a more in-depth view, so to speak. And yeah, so I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, for many different reasons, and I want to be candid and open about the things that I'm nervous about and excited about, and yeah, just the whole experience, because it's, what I was thinking right before I press record? I was like, you get to tell your own story. Like, there are biographies and autobiographies. And that is in, telling your story and documenting your life in the written form. But now we get to do that with video. And you get to do that so easily now. And there are pros and cons to that I'm aware of by watching other people. And even in these, on a micro level, even with me, I'm like, oh, interesting. Is this the ripple effect that I want to have? And the thing that I know is that I don't know a lot. and I am aware and becoming even more aware, which I love, of things that I can control and things that I can't control. And I can't control everyone's perception of me. But what I can control is making sure that I am as authentic to myself as possible. Because then I know that everything that I've put out is my truth. And I am constantly assessing the type of person that I am and asking myself if I want to continue to be that person. And if I don't, start making choices in opposition to that. And so I know that that's what I'm in control of. What type of person do I want to be? Am I seeing myself as? And what kind of person do I want to continue to be? And so that doesn't mean that I won't say things that are, ignorant. Ignorant. That's the best way I can put it. But if there's something that I've noticed about myself and has been confirmed by others, is that I'm very receptive to listening to the impact that I have on other people. Because it's really important to me to be aware of that. Now, that doesn't mean that if, hypothetically speaking, I have a negative impact on someone, if I can be aware of that, right? And let them know that that was not my intention, because it never is my intention to actually be hurtful. But know where to draw the line between your own personal beliefs and perception and my intention and reason for my decisions, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Anyways, so I'm really excited, and this is where I'm going to be starting my journey, more telling my story. I've been on this planet, on this beautiful planet, for 32 years, or at least that's what the calendar says. And I'm choosing to start my story here, more deliberately, more intentionally, in a basement. In a basement. So come on this journey with me. This journey is going to be filled with creativity, entrepreneurship, relationships, health. These are things that are really important to me, among other things, like honesty, emotional intelligence, positivity, self-awareness. This channel is about entrepreneurship, but really the life of someone who's entrepreneurial and the many facets of that life. So glad you can make it. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. If we ever get a chance to meet in person, looking forward to it. And yeah. See you tomorrow.